Well, tonight is the final week of the regular season for high school football in Indiana, and a very special game is taking place at Bosse Field between Castle High School and Memorial High School. 44 News anchor Ben Thomas and 44 News reporter Emmy Fazenbaker are joining us from Bosse Field with a preview of our 44 Blitz game of the week. Guys, how's that field looking right now?
Oh, Elegance, it looks awesome out here. It really does. It looks really good. You got the mixing of the dirt from the baseball field with obviously the gridiron as well. I'm a little interested to see how the players deal with the dirt, but we'll see how that goes come game time. But obviously turning now from the venue, which looks great, to the game itself. Yep. Emmy, obviously a lot happening here, but there's a lot on the line in terms of the conference standings.
There is a lot on the line. It's the SIAC championship. Who will take home the crown in terms of Memorial Tigers? They're undefeated, and they are #1 in the conference right now with the Castle Knights slowly leading behind #2. It's going to be an intense game. I know that both offense and defense for both of them are very dominant. They're very explosive, especially with quarterback Matthew Fisher for the Tigers. He's a dual threat. He can run the ball. He can pass the ball. He can do it all. But I believe you've been talking to me about their defense. You can't forget about that as well.
You really can. And obviously you got to give your praise to Matthew Fisher, the catalyst of that offense. That defense, they've only given up 22 points. That's the most they've given up in a game is what I mean. 22 points. They've shut down defenses. They're ball hawks over the field. They create turnovers, and then they give the ball to Matthew Fisher, and they say, hey, man, go cook. And he cooks. With him and Luke Elsperman and all the weapons on that offense, and they are just electric. But that Castle defense, you gotta highlight them a bit, because Matthew Fisher's gonna have a tough time against guys who just are all over the field, it seems like.
Well, and that's gonna be another test. It's gonna be probably the Tigers' biggest test this year alone is the defense with the Castle Knights. And they have Benny Patterson, Cincinnati commit. They have Gavin Leach, who's a Toledo commit. So they have a lot of top-notch players on that defensive line that are gonna try to contain Fisher. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I guess we're going to see.
We're going to find out. But I'm interested really to see how this Castle offense can attack this Memorial defense. Max McCool can do a whole lot running the ball.
Max McCool.
Mr. Too Cool for School, Max McCool, can do a lot in the running game. But I'm interested to see how Bowden Morgan kind of opens up that passing game against a really solid defense, a great secondary with Memorial. That's kind of one of their strengths. So I'm really interested to see how that goes tonight. But overall, it should be a lot of fun. You're going to be here doing the highlights. And we're going to have those highlights on 44 Blitz and our 44 News at 10 newscast. But coming up at 6, who are we talking to?
Oh, we're talking to head coach Doug Hurt with the Castle Knights. He's a great guy. And we can't wait to speak with him about the game plan overall for the Knights to see how they're going to be able to tackle the Tigers. But for now, we're going to sit back to you guys in the studio for 44 News live here in Evansville. I'm Emmy Fazenbaker.
And I'm Ben Thomas.
Bye, guys.